Here we go. All right, good morning to you. It's going to be another great day here in Central Virginia. Amy Lacey and I are the hosts of the area's only live local talk and entertainment show. It is Virginia This Morning. I'm Bill Bevins.
It is so great to see all of you out there. I am Amy Lacey, and Mr. B, good morning to you. You were doing this with your hands.
Yeah,
we're getting ready for the show, but also kind of warming up because it has hit us this morning.
Yeah.
We want to thank you for watching our live show each and every weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. right here on CBS 6. The beauty of our talk and entertainment show is that we are the only ones in the area who provide both information and entertainment. I like to call that infotainment.
Very nice. Very good. And we always have a lot of fun. That's a big part of the program. We learn a lot, obviously. I do anyway. Every single day I learn more than one or two things. But we always have a lot of fun, and there's some laughter thrown in. And, you know, when we have a seasonal change like we've had in the last couple of days, this is very autumn-looking outfit you have on.
I told you, I have literally had this dress for about 20 years.
Working.
But I loved it when I first saw it, so I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. It's classic. It keeps going with the trends. So
well, let's keep going now. We always start with a preview, and our friend Kristen Lors is back in with us this morning. Hey, Kristen. It is High Point Wednesday. Good day to you.
Good day to you. Well, happy Wednesday, of course, to you, Amy, Mr. B, and to all of our viewers. Well, make plans this weekend and come on out and enjoy the 2024 Virginia Check and Slow Out Folklife Festival. I'm here with our dear friend, Martha Burton, who looks lovely this morning, the tourism director for Petersburg Area Regional Tourism. She's going to tell us what's new and exciting this year. Our conversation is coming up in less than 10 minutes. Amy and Mr. B, we have so much more in store.
Love the outfit. All right, folks, it's helpful to give people a second chance, and that is exactly what the Drive to Work organization does. They help previously incarcerated people get their driver's license so they can get a job. Attorney Sarah Wilson is the president and CEO. She joins us live in studio. We'll talk about the program and share some details in their upcoming luncheon. Sounds good.
Now's the time to get a check of the midweek forecast with Tom Patton outside, still wearing those sunglasses, but I see the vest. And are those gloves today? What's happening?
Gloves. I have, you know, I keep a pair of gloves. We have a little office in here, and we have a little desk, and within that desk there's, you know, a few snacks and different things and various parts of earpieces and gloves.
Gloves, very important.
Yes, and that's what I've gotten there, you know. And so I thought, do I still have those? Did I keep them in there? I thought, let's do that this morning. So I did it. So
it's
that's
appropriate.
All. That's the whole story.
I know it's chilly out there today.
It is cold. It's a little bit breezy. I don't know if you can see these guys blowing around a little bit, but making it feel a little bit colder. We introduced the wind chill back into our vocabulary today, and so there you go, a chilly start. We had 31 this morning in Louisa, so that was one of the coldest areas, and I looked at it and I had to go way up to the Arctic Circle to find an area colder than Louisa, Virginia this morning. It was crazy. But man, look at that. It is beautiful and blue. We've got very dry air, so nice blue skies today. That's out at Independence. Been on that camera all morning long because I've been enjoying it. We're up to 50 degrees, so we've had a little bounce. We were about 41 or 42 this morning officially. A little bit breezy, 10 miles an hour out of the north-northwest. The dew point only in the 30s, so very dry and cool today. We still have a few 30s way back in the valley, but that's about it. Now 40s to around 50 right here in town. Today we'll look for 60, partly cloudy. Well, we'll start out sunny, and I think eventually we'll see some partly cloudy conditions, especially by this afternoon. Cold and breezy. Sustained winds up to 20, maybe gusts just a little bit higher today. And I call it cold because it's well below average. The normal's still the low 70s. And tonight, I think we'll have some patchy frost closer to home. I know we've had some west of town here and there, but I think there'll be some areas, not all, and it'll be patchy. High pressure's dominating. We're getting that cold flow of air. And as we see, there's a return flow of air for the west. That'll be where the warming starts today. And eventually that'll slide in our direction. So on this map, you can see the cold air masses, the blue in the east, the red in the west. Eventually, this blue is going to erode away. And I think we'll stay cold, though, right? At least into Friday, even Friday morning. Friday's going to be still a little bit chilly, but little bit of a warm up, and then this weekend we'll start to see warmer temperatures. We'll get back into the 70s, which will be nice. Breezy today, 60, 30s tonight, 30s tomorrow night, only 61 tomorrow, a little bit of a bounce Friday, and then 71 Saturday, and we'll see 70s probably at least into the middle or latter part of next week. So that'll be a nice little warm up for you. Maybe you won't need to use that heat. All right, that's it. Stay warm. Virginia This Morning will continue after this.
Good morning to you. It is Wednesday, October 16th. Virginia This Morning is the place where you can find out what's trending in and around our community. I'm Amy Lacey here with Mr. Bill Bevins. You need no introduction, but I just gave you one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We have a unique opportunity, folks. We feature some interesting things on our live show. There is always something you can enjoy, and tune in each weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. Now, it is a gorgeous day. I did not realize, both of my sons live in Louisa.
Okay.
And Tom said it's the coldest place you could find on the map.
Yeah, it is. I bet it's chilly out there.
Guys, close the refrigerator door. Good gosh. All right, folks, if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome aboard. We hope you're going to enjoy our show. If you're a repeat viewer, welcome back. It's always great to have you watching Virginia This Morning.
Okay, serious face now. Attorney Sarah Wilson is the president and CEO of Drive to Work. This nonprofit law organization helps individuals who are financially less fortunate or have been previously incarcerated. It helps them all get their driver's license. She will share the details in just a few minutes.
And folks, we're going to share a preview of the 2024 Virginia Czech and Slovak Folk Festival. It is going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that.
Always good food.
All right, folks, we reached the midpoint of the week. That means it's time for some fun. Get ready, friends. It's time for this week's word game. Where'd that come from? All right, for those of you at home, here's how we play our little game. I mention a word and or a phrase that we've all heard, we've even used in conversation. Now we have to figure out the origins where that comes from. Today's phrase is, you really opened a can of worms.
Okay.
Heard somebody say that recently, and I'm like, there's got to be a story there.
So,
all right, so can of worms, girly.
Little known fact about me, I absolutely love animals, big and small, feathers, fur, scales, you name it, but worms terrify me.
Worms?
So this is, yes.
So you're not a fisher person?
I am not a fisher person, but you mentioned that, and the only thing that I would even think is close to this is when I've stopped at the country convenience store on the road trip, I see usually these days like a plastic container of worms.
Bloodworms, yeah.
The bait. So I'm thinking that this has something to do with that, because before plastic containers, people used cans more often than they are used now. So I think it has something to do with that.
You've really opened up a can of worms.
I have opened up a can of worms, but sorry, worms. I'm just terrified of you. I don't know why. When it rains. It's a bad day for me.
So after a good storm, you walk out and the sidewalk's got a worm on it, you're then back in the house?
I squeal and go, kind of a thing. So.
All right. Now, here's the actual question. Did she get it right? Maybe. We'll find out a little bit later on in today's show. But first, we're going to send it over to Kristen. Hey, Kristen.
Hey, good morning. Did she get it right? Why do you always put us on the spot like that? You just never know. All right, Drive to Work advocates for changes in the law to improve opportunities for people to have their driving privileges restored or to receive a legal driver's license. Here to tell us more is attorney Sarah Wilson, the president and CEO who brought along two of her clients, Perry Whitaker and Kenneth Judkins. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning to you and welcome to Virginia This Morning.
We're so glad to be here.
Absolutely. Our first question, of course, is just tell us a little bit about what Drive to Work is and what it means to give back to the community.
Correct. Drive to Work is a terrific organization that helps low-income and previously incarcerated people restore their driving privileges, which is a huge deal, and you'll hear from our clients about that. Our average client is a 46-year-old black male, unmarried, with 3 dependents, earning $16.41 an hour. And so what we are able to do is help them get their license back, which opens up so many more job opportunities and helps them earn a higher income and just improves their quality of life. And so it makes a difference to all of our clients all across the state. We've represented clients in 97% of the communities and localities in Virginia since we began in 2007. So it's really very exciting to make a difference in people's lives. And I think it will be great to hear from our clients to see what a difference it made for them.
Very helpful, very supportive. That's what it sounds like Drive to Work does. So I imagine there may be 2 different stories here, but kind of the same end goal with getting that driver's license back, getting reacclimated within the community. Who would like to start first?
I'll go first.
Okay, let's hear a little bit about your story and tell us how the partnership that you have.
Well, the partnership that I have with Attorney Sarah Wilson is great, first of all. It's amazing. She's more than just an attorney. She's a friend, too. So she's going to go above and beyond to help you to get your license, and I appreciate it. Well, my story is kind of long, so I'm going to make it short.
Okay.
So to get my license is very important to me, and I received it. It took some time, but I really needed it because I have my own business, which is called A Step Above. So I need to get back to and from to each location, this destination to get the job
and everything
done.
In between, right?
Yes,
right.
Yes, you're so right. Yep. So I appreciate Sarah. She's amazing. So
good to hear.
Anybody who has been incarcerated that's coming home or that's already at home, you should reach out to Drive to Work. Sarah Wilson, the perfect person. She'll be there for you, and she'll get the job done, and she's going to be with you 100%, I promise you.
I love to hear that.
Yep.
Let's hear a little bit about your story as well.
Yes, I'm Kenneth Judkins Sr., and I got my license back last year, and we started at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was complicated because of the court system being closed and all that, and mine was complicated because of how long it took to get them back. I mean, the years and
That's what it sounds
that.
like.
And I wouldn't change nothing. Ms. Wilson is Attorney Sarah Wilson is a great person to work with, and Drive to Work is a very good thing, very good law firm. And that's basically.
I imagine you already have now the freedom, but also having another freeing experience with your driver's license, being able to go from point A to point B and everything in between, whether you own your own company or you're just trying to live your life now. That feels so amazing. It sounds like everything is great with Sarah. It's worked out, and I believe there's a luncheon to mention.
Yes, there's a luncheon coming up October 28th at the Jefferson. Go to our website at drivetowork.org, sign up, and come join us. But what's really cool,
Please tell us.
This gentleman is the poster child for some laws that got changed in the General Assembly that passed unanimously. It took him so long because he had old cases, and the court's cases had purged. DMV couldn't get it off their record because they didn't get information from the courts. So the clerks were going nuts at DMV, the clerks and the courts were going nuts, and the judges. We had to go back 3 times just to try and clarify. And then in order to get this changed, we now say that if you have old driving unsuspended cases, 10 or more years old, your suspension period ends after 10 years. So it saves, it's an efficiency issue for the state, and it's a customer service relationship issue. So it was win-win all the way around. He was a great example for it.
It took a few years, but
we
the
got
end
it
result,
solved.
you got it resolved, and it
Exactly.
sounds like you're making changes along the way. Thank you both for sharing your stories. Sarah,
you.
lovely.
Nice
Thank
to
you for
meet
the
you.
information this morning. Well, thank you, of course, for the great work that they're doing in the community. Drive to Work will host its annual Second Chance Community Luncheon on Monday, October 28th at noon. The event will be held at the Jefferson Hotel in Richmond. For For more information on the event, or if you want more details on the nonprofit law organization, you will find a link on our website by early this afternoon at virginiathismorning.com. Stay tuned. Our live show returns in just a few minutes.
This segment is sponsored by Petersburg Area Regional Tourism. Love happens in the best part of Virginia.
If you're looking for a great, fun, family-friendly event, get ready for the 10th Annual Virginia Czech and Slovak Folklife Festival.
Here to share a preview is our good friend Martha Burton, who is the Tourism Director for the Petersburg Area Regional Tourism. Good morning to Martha. You look lovely in this outfit.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is...
Thought I'd come in the spirit of the weekend coming up.
Yeah, fantastic.
I've had the opportunity to be where this is all going to take place, and it's a perfect setting.
It is.
And there's some history
Yes.
that is involved with why, of all the places, Prince George has this event.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. The history is that right after the Civil War, so many farms had been abandoned, and these people had already come to America, but they were generally in the Midwest, and the climate wasn't the best, and the soils weren't the best, and they migrated east, and the land was there, and they have started, and many of their family, we have generations of people who have stayed there.
Families that stayed there.
Yes, in the region, in Dinwiddie, Prince George, that whole area. There's a wonderful community of Czech and Slovak people.
I loved learning this because my grandfather was actually born in what was then Czechoslovakia.
Oh.
And I'm from Pittsburgh, where every other person you meet is from that part of the world. And I'm going to Pittsburgh next month for Thanksgiving and to see family. And on my list of things to do is eat good Slovak food, because there isn't as much of it here, but this weekend you're bringing it to me.
This weekend, and it will be cooked by people who know how to cook it, not restaurants, but those families. The roast pork and all the vegetables and the baked goods. I mean, you go early if you want to get baked goods because they sell out. So it is wonderful food.
Yeah.
We have so many festivals, and we learn so much about different cultures by going to these festivals and meeting people from a different part of the world that are actually our neighbors and have this heritage. Obviously, the outfit is part of it. The food is part of it, but there's music.
Yes.
There's dance. The whole thing.
The traditional music and dancing. People love that, and the gift shop in the museum, the Prince George County Regional Heritage Center, which is the old historic courthouse, has objects on sale, jewelry and glass and cookbooks and all kinds of things that are not only from our culture but also from their culture, things that they've ordered and brought, Christmas ornaments from the Czech Republic. I mean, they're beautiful glass. So and there's a table with lots of genealogical information. People can come and do some research if they think there's a connection or whatever.
And this is right on the grounds of the historic courthouse.
Yes, it is.
Literally in the shadow of the courthouse, under the trees in front.
And it's perfect for families. There's no charge to come. The only charge is to eat, which you want to do. You want to get your lunch ticket. But also there's going to be a petting zoo for children, farm exhibits. It's just a beautiful lawn, a beautiful setting, and I understand the weather's going to be perfect. Thank you, weather people. And so it's a...
Parking's free?
Parking is free. Plenty of parking on the whole government complex parking lots that are all behind the Heritage Center. Yes.
And this is just such a great opportunity to raise awareness about a culture, a culture of people who have been here for so many generations.
That's right.
But, I've been in Richmond for more than 20 years, and I haven't learned as much about this community as I should have because they're there and they've been
You
here
might
for a
find
long
a family
time.
member.
Yeah,
out
you
there.
may.
Maybe I will.
We'd love to have you.
Martha, you always do a great job promoting what you call the best part of Virginia.
The best.
And you're the best. And we thank you for telling us about this. And if folks want to come out, it is this weekend.
Yes, 11 to 4.
On Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Will you have on this outfit, though, while
Which
you're
is
there?
from the museum.
Yeah.
So these are the kinds of things that you see. You see the clothing and all the some of the traditional toys and the history of the families that are here.
The church that I went to when I was a child, very much Eastern European influenced, but there would be the dancing and the clothing, and so this is taking me back to my childhood. It's really quite lovely.
Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
You're
I'm so
welcome.
happy.
All right, folks, the 10th annual Virginia Czech and Slovak Folklife Festival is this Saturday, October 19th, from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. at 6406 Courthouse Road, right there in Prince George County, Virginia.
For more information on Petersburg Area Regional Tourism, you can also visit their website at bestpartva.org. Kristen, this looks like it's going to be such a fun event.
Of course, with Martha involved, it certainly will. Well, indeed it does. How about this event? You still have the chance to make a difference and make strides against breast cancer. Lace up your sneakers and walking shoes. Come on out to Monroe Park this Saturday, October 19th. CBS 6 is proud to be part of this annual walk. The mission is to support breast cancer survivors, warriors, caregivers, and to fund the critical research that will hopefully end breast cancer in our communities. CBS 6 anchor Reba Hollingsworth will MC the event again this year, and you can join CBS 6 Community Team Reba. Scan the QR code on your screen to join Reba and the movement. Deborah Porter is a sought-after media contributor on parenting, motherhood, and work-life balance. We are lucky to work with her from time to time. We wanted to share her most recent conversation with our Andreas White-Murdaugh.
Well, our next guest is always plugged into what's happening in the world of parenting, and today she's talking with me about some modern parenting trends. Here to lead the conversation is our good friend Deborah Porter, a popular workplace parent consultant, and it's always nice to be with you.
It's great to be here. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you?
The last time we saw each other was outside of the studio, and here we are today. And I always feel like I'm a better parent after I've spoken with you. So I'm excited about today's conversation because we're thinking about not only today but tomorrow, and what today looks like may be different than it looked like in the past. So we're talking about modern parenting trends, and you have several to share with us.
I do. And you know, as they say, there's nothing new under the sun, but things are starting to take a different look and a bit of a different bent to them. So when we talk about one of the parenting trends right now is global citizenship. Parents are wanting to raise their children to not just be aware of other cultures and respectful, but to actually experience them. So we've got parents that are now homeschooling, and they're taking that to a whole nother level. They are actually traveling the country, and not just that, there are some families that are homeschooling and literally traveling internationally for their children to actually be immersed into other cultures and other experiences and other languages. And so this is kind of homeschooling on steroids, where children are learning literally in the world.
And you know, it's an interesting perspective because the world has changed. What's happening in the world, it's important to expose your children, but also to protect them as well. But exposure is a word that comes to mind all the time when I think about parenthood and what sets your child apart. So for those children who maybe are not homeschooled, but have parents who are still wanting to focus on global citizenship, what type of advice do you have for them?
I think what we need to do is think about what's in our own backyard, right? We are here in Richmond, in the capital of the state, but we're also not that far from the capital of our nation. And so there are a host of museums available, and they're all free because your tax dollars are paying for them. So I think we need to just think about what's within a decent driving range. What can we get to? What can I pack up the car, pack up some sandwiches, coaches and take my kids to see, to be able to take them outside of their comfort zone a little bit, but it's right in their backyard and you can experience it very close to home.
That's a great point. I've spent some time in DC. It's an easy drive, a little bit easier and less expensive than taking a flight, maybe, especially an international one, but there's so much culture to be seen. Such a great reminder. All right, and now families are looking a little bit different and support systems look a little bit different. I am fortunate to have a husband who is an incredible dad, and there's so many incredible dads all across the world. So some dads may be comfortable in that space, some of them may be learning to be comfortable in that space.
Very true.
Where can we find the perfect resources for dad?
So dad parenting resources is on the rise, right? Most of the books for parenting in years past really have been geared toward us. It's been geared towards moms. But there are dad parenting groups, there are dad Facebook groups, there are dad life coaches available. And so all of these things are now available to dads who want to be a bit more connected, a bit more involved, maybe take on more of the caregiving responsibilities that have traditionally kind of been for mom to do. And so there's tons of support available for dads to do that. And I think the great thing about this is that parenting is a team sport, right? It's not just mom. This really is something that both of us need to have a hands-on, to contribute in that way too.
We did an interview once upon a time about the primary parent and how that looks different for every family. And so I think about this in this moment as well when we think about preparing dad so that it's not necessarily always the same primary parent. There could be reasons and seasons for that. All right, so lots of parents are also working outside of the home.
Right.
And there are programs that you've reminded us of that are available as we think about the wellness of the parent and all that we have to do in a given day.
What I love about this, parenting wellness programs are inside your organizations and businesses now. This is great for so many different reasons. If you can support the parents that work in your organization, then you can have a more productive individual. If you can bring in an expert, if you can bring someone to help with work-life balance, to give parenting tips, to give some strategies, one, that is showing that parent that you are concerned about them as a whole individual. It's not just about what they can produce for you, but you're concerned about who they are and what impacts them outside of work as well. And so this is taking off. It's not new. Employee resource groups, as they're called, it's not a new thing. But since COVID, we're all on these Zoom calls and seeing these little half-dressed kids running back and forth. It's really increased to be able to figure out how do we support working parents and caregivers in that space, but also do it while they're here at work.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Such great reminders, and we're already out of time, but I could talk to you all day. You have resources available online. Tell us a bit more.
Yes, so I would love for you to follow me on Instagram, Deborah Porter, Ultimate Mom Coach, as well as on my website. And don't neglect artificial intelligence. AI is really supporting parents now. There are many different ways that we can do that as well.
Okay, we've got to come back and talk about that for sure because I'm intrigued and haven't jumped in just yet. Thank you always.
Thank you.
For more information on this topic or the services that Deborah Porter provides, be sure to look for a link on our show website by early this afternoon at virginiathismorning.com.
This segment is sponsored by Virginia Housing.
Over the past several weeks, we have certainly enjoyed passing along great information to first-time home buyers, courtesy of our friends from Virginia Housing. The campaign has come to a close, but we wanted to remind you of some of the key points. During Welcome Home Wednesdays with Virginia Housing, we talked about how to manage your finances and credit scores, the 5 steps to home ownership, and free money that is available to home buyers.
I learned Virginia Housing helps first-time buyers and repeat buyers. What a great resource that we have here in Central Virginia. Now, earlier this year, we also found out Virginia Housing launched an expanded program that includes repeat home buyers with no sales price limit. This was terrific news.
We can't wait to hear what Virginia Housing has coming in the months and years to come. So tune in again in the spring for more Welcome Home Wednesday tips and tools. Until then, you can always always get important information online at virginiahousing.com.
And Amy, even as a current homeowner, the tips, of course, are invaluable.
They are invaluable. This is a community service, so as we learn, as all of you at home learn, we can pay it forward and share the information with others who are going through the process. It can be very daunting to purchase a home, so having these resources available is really a service to the community.
Absolutely. It can be overwhelming to think about it, to process that, but that's what they're here. They are that resource to go to, and they make it so easy for you. And step by step, they have a guide that you can follow. Everything is just so easy with this resource.
Doing great things for Central Virginia, walking folks through each step by step, and it really is, we're all in this together.
That's exactly
great to not have to do it alone.
And free money. Who doesn't love free money? And
Free
they can
money
help
is
you get
great.
that. Mr. B, we'll send it over to you.
Thank you, ladies. That was a great series of Wednesdays, and we appreciate all of the help that we got from our friends at Welcome Home. All right, Teresa Caputo is known worldwide as the Long Island medium and is coming to Richmond next week. She'll be at the Carpenter Theater. Our very own Evan Armour caught up with this popular author and TV personality about her upcoming event and what we can expect. Here's a preview of that conversation.
What I love about doing these large venues is that I know that it's healing every single person in that theater, because people say it all the time. They attend the show, they don't know what to expect, and they personally might not get read, but what they experience is life-changing. You can expect an emotional roller coaster, that night. I come out on the stage, I give a little quick speech on how I read, communicate with the souls of the departed. Once I start feeling things, I do not stay on that stage. I allow the souls to guide me around the space. I stop in front of someone. I have cameras that follow me around, big screen set up. So no matter where I am in the theater, you're going to be able to see it and witness it up close and personal. And I can tell you that what you feel in that theater is just going to be something that is so indescribable.
All right, I think I'm going to try that hairdo myself. Teresa Caputo Live, The Experience, is next Wednesday, October 23rd at Dominion Energy Center's Carpenter Theater. And check out our Facebook page after today's show for Evan's full conversation with Teresa. Virginia This Morning returns right after this.
Welcome back. A child's eyesight is one of the most important things that can help children excel in the classroom and in life. Oftentimes, if a child is having vision problems, it can affect their concentration. Our community partner, Madarva, is hosting a free children's vision screenings this Saturday, October 19th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Children's Museum of Richmond downtown. It's available for children ages 3 to 18. Parents or guardians will need to fill out consent forms on Saturday. The screening process takes 7 to 10 seconds per child, and you will receive immediate results. If any vision issues are detected, this program will guide families on the next steps, including passing along referrals to eye care specialists if necessary. Now, this year alone, Madarva has screened over 400 children. An estimated 13% were referred for further evaluations. The mission of the Madarva Foundation is to help people see the world. For more information, visit childrensmuseumofrichmond.org for more details. But before we head to break, let's check out what's new on the horizon at Bryant and Stratton College.
This segment is sponsored by Bryant and Stratton College.
November is quickly approaching, and if you're the parent of a college-bound high school senior, then you know that this is a crucial month for your son or daughter in the college planning process. You both will have to decide which schools to apply to and what kind of financial aid options are available to help pay for their advanced education. So what are some local options for these college-bound hopefuls next year? One of them is Bryant and Stratton College. And with me to tell us about why BSC is a premier college of choice is Richmond Market Director Beth Murphy. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Oh, thanks for having me, Amy.
I do want to read this correctly. Next week is Medical Assisting Recognition Week, and Bryant and Stratton has an event that is going to observe this. Tell us about it.
Medical assistants, what you talk about, some unsung heroes, those individuals in our doctor's offices working hard, and so we are celebrating on October 23rd. Once again, our medical assistants are giving back. They are sponsoring a mini wellness event. So people can come to the campus. You can learn more about being a medical assistant, but you can also have some health screening. We've got prizes. We have healthy snacks because we're going to promote healthy living. It's going to be a great event, 10 to 2 on October 23rd.
It's hard to believe we really just feels like got into the school year and we're already talking about what's next for the class of 2025. Why should Bryant Stratton be at the top of the list of schools they're considering?
Well, a couple of things, and I realize this is a very stressful time, so fingers crossed for all those seniors and those parents walking that path. Bryant Stratton College, first of all, is local. A lot of our seniors, our graduates, are not ready to leave home, and so, or it's not feasible. We're a local opportunity. We have smaller classes. A lot of students, they see those auditorium classrooms and they're not okay with that. You're not going to get lost at Bryant Stratton College. We're going to know your name. We're also only offering programs of study that are in high demand. So if you're interested in nursing, business, hospitality, human resources, business, the list goes on, we have a very focused approach to getting you that credential, that academic credential, and then getting you out into the workforce.
You named some of those programs. What are some of the others that you offer that folks might be interested in?
Well, we have the IT, I think it's nursing, medical assisting, coding and billing. Again, high demand, and we've been doing this for 170 years. So we're an institution that stays very current for what our future employers need out of the future graduates.
And those graduates, as they are looking into what's next, they're not alone in the process. You have enrollment specialists who can help them and their parents navigate the process. What can they expect if they give you a call?
This is not an easy time, and so I think it really is important to talk to an expert. Whether or not you choose to come to Bryant Stratton College or not, you come in, you talk to an admissions representative who's really going to talk through with both the student and their parent, okay, what are you interested in studying? What do you like doing? And then they're going to have the opportunity to talk to financial aid, because college is an investment, and just filling out the FAFSA, that's overwhelming to a lot of people. So we've got a lab where you can fill it out right there. We're going to talk you through the process. We're going to talk you through grants and federal funding and institutional awards so that people can feel just a little more empowered as they're making that decision.
We know class of 2025 is looking to next fall to begin their education, but if somebody is watching today and they maybe want a career change or they're interested in pursuing education, when is your next semester starting and how can they enroll?
So our next semester starts in January, and I think this is a great time to start, because if you have children, if you're wondering, okay, how am I going to balance this all? Now you've got the school year under your belt, and so you can see where starting classes in January would make sense.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Beth, for coming in and just sharing Bryant Stratton's mission and connection to the community. Such an important partnership that we have here with you.
Thank you so much, Amy.
You're always welcome at Virginia this morning. Winter 2025 classes at Bryant Stratton College begin Wednesday, January 15th. The Richmond campus is located at 8141 Hull Street Road in North Chesterfield. For more information, give them a call at 888-839-1718 or visit the website bryantstratton.edu. They're available on social media as well. Virginia This Morning returns after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's time to check out a few highlights that you will see on our live show tomorrow.
With cooler temperatures, you may notice your skin may become dry. An expert will be here to share some of her tricks of the trade to help you keep your skin hydrated as we head into winter. And you may remember he starred as Hercules in the hit television series Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. Actor Kevin Sorbo will join us. He's taking part in the Virginia Forum presented by Virginia Council.
This segment is sponsored by Mr. Fix-It.
Most people don't realize how important gutter protection is to their home. Here to tell us all about the benefits of Gutter Helmet is our friend Mark Benstock, owner of Mr. Fix-It. Good to see you again. Yeah. Welcome back. We have talked about this in the past, but I want to kind of drive home the fact that safety for you and your home, but mostly for you, is step one in Gutter Helmet.
Yeah, we've lost count of how many customers have shared with us all those tragic stories about somebody falling and around the house, getting up on that ladder and, you know, getting injured badly. Gutter Helmet's one of the gutters are a necessary evil for a house. You have to have the gutters. You've got to be able to get during those heavy rains, even the light rains, get that water controlled and away from the home to help protect the home, protect the landscaping, all that stuff, you know, keep the critters away. Yep. But the necessary step is to have gutter guards on the home that work 24/7, 365. And the cheap Gazmos and filters and things like that that are out there, they're not that long-term successful product. Gutter Helmet is. Gutter Helmet has a lifetime performance warranty. I've had it on my house for crazy years, whether it's a heavy snow that can sit on top or whether it's in the fall, all the leaves falling, or in the springtime, those thunderstorms. Gutter Helmet's going to be there. And again, when we say triple lifetime warranty, it's because it's a material warranty, it's a performance warranty, and it's transferable. So if you go to sell your house, you transfer it to somebody else. So makes it good.
We've talked in the past of, you know, it's not something you see from the street when the house is for sale.
Right.
But if you tell people that are interested in your house that Gutter Helmet is up there, and if they know, or if you have to tell them the story, then that makes a huge difference, because then you're not up on the ladder again or paying someone to get on the ladder.
Exactly right. So you don't have to worry about being stressed out of, uh-oh, the gutters are clogged again. Do it. If you like to golf, you never have to worry about cleaning your gutters again, but just get out there and have fun on the weekends.
All right, you have a special offer for us right now, because it is special, so tell us about that.
Right now, no payments, no interest for 12 months, or even some folks say, hey, I just want a tiny monthly payment, so $75 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gutter Helmet has been around for a long time. I know you've been doing it, you said, in your house for years and years. And the people that have it installed are so happy with it. We just had a situation at our house where the gutters were fine, everything's working good, but we needed to get that little attachment that goes on to, again, get the water further away from the house, because we have a basement. Right. So getting that water away from the house is essential. It obviously, if you got clogged gutters, it's going to cause problems up in the air and on the ground.
Well, you're right, and that's what we bring to the table. We're celebrating our 54th year in business, so we are experts at this, and we're going to come out free of charge to do an evaluation, and we'll make recommendations. We might say, hey, you know that downspout right there, it needs to be a little bit larger sized, or hey, there's one that we need to add another one, and this one we need to make a little extension like you're talking about, and get it a little further, because we're taking a look about the lay of the land and how the water flows when it rains heavy. Is it flowing towards the house, away from the house? So we'll make those recommendations and give, you know, free advice on how to protect your home.
It makes a huge difference, and Gutter Helmet works. I don't think we said that. It works, folks.
That's right.
Thank you so much for coming in and filling us in on this. All right, and folks, those leaves are starting to fall, so here's a special offer just for you. Mr. Fix-It is offering no interest and no payments for 24 months, plus enjoy $300 off your Gutter Helmet project. The Mr. Fix-It showroom is located at 10,189 Maple Leaf Court in Ashland, Virginia. Give them a call, 804-726-8006, or visit MrFixItVA.com. And stay tuned, we'll be right back. In that show, we gave you the phrase, open a can of worms. You probably know what it means, but now let's find out where that comes from. All right, in the last century, fishermen could actually buy a tin can of worms. But a lot of times back then, you had to open it with a can opener, and then you had to pull it, and then you'd lose some worms. And so, you know, if you opened a can of worms, anyway, you get the whole idea. And that's where think
I actually got
she
one right.
got it 100%. Wow.
Whoever thought that worms, which I'm terrified of,
Would come in a tin can.
well, that they would help me be a winner for a day.
See, worms are your friends.
They are my friends. The next time I see them after a rain, I won't squeal as much.
Just say thank you very much.
I will say thank you,
So,
worms.
yeah, mark down this date. October 16th.
It will be the only time that I get one right anytime soon.
No, you nailed that one. I mean, you may be on a roll. You may get 2 or 3.
I might be able to do it.
Not easy.
They're not easy, but we have a lot of fun with it.
Hopefully you enjoyed opening a can of worms with us today.
We had a great time. We want to say a big thank you to all of our guests too, and to you for watching Virginia This Morning, each weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m.
Guess what? Our Thursday show will launch tomorrow morning starting at 8:56 a.m. We hope you will enjoy this beautiful fall day out there and have a wonderful Wednesday.
Bye. The world.